On this episode of Fresh Vintage, we're showing you how to not pull your hair out and instead pull the radio out of your 2016 Subaru Forester. Let's get started right now. Hey everyone, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage. Just like you heard a second ago, we have our 2016 Subaru Forester radio out. This is the factory unit. We'll make a note that this fits 2016 through 2018, the Foresters, and I'm pretty sure it's 2016 through 2018 WRXs. Your mileage may vary, but that's what we read on the internet anyway. So all that to say, what we're doing here is we're actually removing this to install a new radio, and you can see the dash is a little bit taken apart. And the question you may be asking is how you get there. And what we're going to do is show you step by step, because this is a little bit of work to get out, more than we expected. But let's jump into the first steps right now. So we find ourselves in the front seat here, and the first thing we want to do is just make sure you get everything out of your glove box, because you have to get this out of the way. There's a few key cables that operate some of these. So what we want to do is just come in here, and if you squeeze, it'll actually allow this little catch and stop to get around that. So you have to do that on both sides, and you hear that one just pop back in. So you kind of have to do both of these at the same time, just like that, without breaking anything. Now on the side over here, there's actually a piston, and I've never taken one of these apart where this didn't fall out. So just prepared for this to fall out, and we'll just set it on the floor here. But once we get down here, we should be able to just disconnect like that. So we have the actual glove box removed, and what you're trying to do is come in here and disconnect this blue wire from this holder. And don't necessarily do what I just did, because the clip, it's still on the clip there, you can see it. So we're going to try and get that disconnected. And then back here, it's kind of hard to see, but you need to disconnect the end of the wire off of that arm, because what you're doing is you're just disconnecting the blend door cable here. So we're going to get that disconnected, and then there's an actual white cable that we need to go under the dash and find as well. So I'm currently upside down laying in the driver's side footwell. And in order to get to this, you probably will be too, because what you're looking for is just like the blue cable. You want to actually get this clip here, and then you want to disconnect it here. So I'm not going to show you that on camera, but the other one I actually had to rotate it, and there's a little clip right here. You got to push in, and then this will slide out. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and disconnect this. And then the next step is actually taking the head unit and the trim piece out of the dash. So we have both the blue cable and the white cable disconnected underneath the dash. The next step is we want to go ahead and remove this entire trim piece. And what I mean is, like, probably from here up to, there's a line here and it's running over this way. And we just have these sitting here because this is kind of a more professional set, and these things are bigger, beefier, all around just more awesome. We'll leave a link for these in the description of the video you're watching now. If you don't have a set of these, it's a really good idea to have one, especially if you're doing interior trim work like this on a regular basis. The cool thing is Road Envy, they actually gave us a mini set, so we kind of have a couple of them here. These will probably get the job done, and for the purpose of the video, I actually want to do this with these to actually see how well they work here. Apparently we're going to need some zip ties at some point, so those are in that little package too. But I'm just going to go ahead, and I think the path of least resistance is probably up here. And these are plastic, so keep that in mind. You are probably going to bend them, but I'm just going to take my time. This actually feels like the thinnest piece right here. There we go. That went right under there. And just like that, just take your time. If you've never done this before, you can easily break things, so just be gentle, have a little bit of finesse. And we won't show you every single click here, pop, but we'll keep working around the edge, and we'll get this off of here completely. There's that. And I'm just going to preemptively, I'm just going to take this. I'll show you what I'm disconnecting in the back here. You can see this is what I'm trying to get to here. This is real life. We try not to do fake stuff on the channel here. So you see the reality of it. And just like that, what I had to do is just push down. I just happened to have this thing in my hand, and I pushed down on it and it popped right out. So now that we have our actual vents and the 4-ways button out of the way, There's two 10mm bolts here that we want to break free. There we go. And that one's loose. And then the other one over here, I'll take those out off camera. Get this one. There we go. Okay. So there's actually 4 of these bolts. Let me show you. These are 10mm. And there's 4 of these. There's 2 more down here. And there's actually 2 screws and 2 nuts that are holding this in. So we're going to have to pull some of these panels off, and we'll show you which ones we need to pull to actually get to the screws and the nuts to remove them. Okay, so we're back here on the passenger side, and you need to get to that 10mm bolt right there. So I won't show you taking it out, but I'm going to go ahead and remove that right now. So on the driver's side here, we have been doing a little research, and we found that if you take this panel off and then you take some screws and some nuts off, you can actually drop like the entire thing, this entire plastic assembly, including this airbag right here. And honestly, we don't want to deal with this airbag. What we do have is an almost endless supply of extensions and a wobble, and you can also get yourself like a universal joint there. But we can see the head of the bolt way up in there. And the good news is we have endless extensions. So just by doing this, I'm actually on. There I am. I'm on there now. Now, if you do this, it's imperative you have one of these. Otherwise, you're probably going to drop this bolt down into the dash. But break that free just like that. And I'll work on getting this loose. And from there, I'll make sure I do not drop that in the dash. But in doing so, you're bypassing taking all of this apart, and we could potentially have the radio out in like 2-3 minutes. So quick recap, we have 10mm, 10mm, 10mm way up in here, and 10mm up in here. I personally did not want to take this apart, but feel free to do so. From what we've seen, it should take a little bit of effort and force. Yeah, that side started coming loose. There we go. Took a little bit less than I thought. Just carefully pull this out. And what we want to do is, you're contending obviously with the wiring, but don't forget about these cables that are in the back here. They could get stuck on things. So we're going to slowly get this out of the dash, and then we'll start disconnecting the wiring from the back side of this. And I can't tell you with certainty what all of these are, but I do want to just slowly work on, as I pull this out, disconnect them one by one. Take your time. Patience is very much a virtue here, so to speak. And we'll keep pulling these out one by one, and then we'll eventually get the radio all the way out. So fast forward to a lot of patience and about 100 plugs. Obviously I'm joking, but there's a lot of plugs on this thing, probably more than I've seen on a recent car that we've done a radio on. So there's 2 more things you're contending with here, is getting this white cable and then getting the actual blue cable to come out, because it keeps getting hung up on stuff under the dash. And surprise, there's a couple more plugs under here. So just get those out of here. There's that for the HVAC. And I not a big fan of Subaru right now, to be honest, because there's just so many plugs on the back of this thing. Look at that. Now that we have the factory head unit out, we wanted to quickly show you what we're installing, and you can check this out on the other video. You should see the link right up here. This is a Deseda unit, and this is an actual entire head unit that reuses the HVAC controls here, and it also reuses the actual vents from the OEM Subaru head unit there. But this is a smart radio. It has everything from 4G LTE. You can stream Netflix while you're driving down the road. You shouldn't, but you could. And a whole bunch of other features, gyroscope, Google Maps, CarPlay, and Android Auto, all built into this. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, definitely check out the linked video in the description of the video you're watching right now. I'm going to set this down. With that, we appreciate you watching. If you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like tech and putting smart radios in your car, if you like keeping your car certified fresh, Fresh Vintage, your channel, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.